Good day, everyone. Good day, sir. I am present here in front of all of you to present my answer or to deliver my answer in the computation of grades in elementary learning assessment. So now we will begin with our first task or the task 1. The following grades are obtained in a class of grade 5 pupils. So these are the grades of grade 5 pupils. And we can observe that the highest grades or grade is 92 and the lowest grade is 76. And for the questions, number 1, using a norm reference grading with a 7-point scale, determine the scores that would get a failing mark. And so now, we will have a glimpse of a 7-point scale here. A 7-point scale consists of 7 points gap. Okay? And for the A, 94 to 100, excellent. For the B, 86 to 93, good. For C, 78 to 85, average. And for the D, 70 to 77, poor or pass. And for the E, below 70, it's fail. Now, we will determine if using the 7-point scale, we will determine the scores that would get a failing mark. And so, using the 7-point scale, there is none of the grade 5 pupils get a failing grade. Since the 7-point scale, the D 70 to 77 is still pass. And we can see here that the lowest grade of grade 5 pupils is 76. And therefore, we can conclude that there is no failing mark for the grade 5 pupils. Okay? And for the question number 2, using a norm reference grading with an 8-point scale, determine the scores that would get a failing mark. How is it compared to the previous grading system used? Okay, so since we have a glimpse of 7-point scale, we will also tackle the 8-point scale. And this is called 8-point scale because the gaps are 8 points. Okay? A, 93 to 100 is excellent. B, 85 to 92 good. And C, 77 to 84 average. D, 70 to 76 poor or pass. And E, 69 below fail. Okay? And now we will answer the question for the number 2. Using the 8-point scale, using the norm reference grade with an 8-point scale, we can conclude here that there is no one in the grade 5 pupils get the failing mark because 76 is the lowest grade, and yet the 8-point scale, according to the D section, 70 to 76 poor or pass. And therefore, we can conclude that the 76 is still pass. Okay, then for the follow-up question, how is it compared to the previous grading system used? Okay, there is a big difference in the 2-point scale, the 7-point scale and the 8-point scale, because in the 7-point scale there are 7 point gaps, and for the 8-point scale there is an 8-point scale gaps. Okay, since we have done in the task 1 section A questions, we will proceed now with the computation of the grade of student in grade 5 English and grade 6 mathematics. Before we will proceed with solving the problems, we will first read the questions. Okay. 1. For the written work, 85 out of 100 is the raw score of grade 5 English students. And for the performance task, 65 out of 100. And so the quarterly assessment is 55 out of 100. Before we will proceed again, we will read first the question number 2. Grade 6 Mathematics row scores. With the written work, 30 out of 50, and the for performance task, 42 out of 60, and for the quarterly assessment is 28 out of 40. Okay, so I will be right back and will paste the solutions here. And now we will proceed. In order for us to get the percentage score, we have here the formula. Okay, in order for us to get the percentage score, we must have the learner's total score over the highest possible score times 100%. And if we will find the formula of weighted score, we will have here the percentage score times weight of component. Okay, so there are corresponding weighted weight of component of every subject, and here we will have glimpse of the corresponding weight of component of every subject. For the English, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, or the edukasyon sa pagpakatao, their written work is 30%, their performance task is 50%, for their quarterly assessment is 20%. And so the difference between these 4 subjects is they are also different in the science subject and for the mathematics subject. For the science and mathematics subject, their written works corresponds 40%. And for the performance task is 40% also. And for the quarterly assessment is 20%. And also, it is different for the weight of component of the subject of MAPI, for the music, arts, physical education, and health. And also for the EPP and for the TLE. And their corresponding weight of component is equals to 20%. And for their performance task is 60%. And finally, for the quarterly assessment is 20%. And so now we will try to solve the problem set in the performance, set in the task 1 section B. Here, for the grade 5 pupils, for the written work, the given learner's total score is 85. And the highest possible score is 100. In order for us to calculate the weighted score, we must first find the percentage score. And so we will have here the computation of the percentage score. 85 because the learner's total score is 85 over the 100, or the highest possible score, times 100% is equals to 85. Okay, since we got the percentage score 85, we will now use this to find for the weighted score. Okay, and do not forget the formula of weighted score is the percentage score times weight of component. Now we will continue weighted score. So how we will get the weighted score? We get the percentage score, which is 85, and we will use this to get the weighted score. Okay, 85 times 30%. Why 30%? Because 30% is the weight of component of English written work, 30%. Okay, and so on and so forth for the performance task quarterly assessment solutions. Okay, but we will proceed. The answer of 85 times 30% is 25.5. And so, we will proceed also for the performance task, which is also the same procedure that we have computed here in the written work. For the percentage score, 65 out of 100 times 100% is 65. And so, we use 65% in order for us to get the weighted score. The weighted score, 65 times 50% because the performance task of English, the weight of component of English is 50%. And so we use that to calculate and to find the weighted score of performance task. The answer of the 65 times 50% is 32.5. And so for the quarterly assessment, we will find the percentage score. The given percentage score is the given learners possible score, learners total score is 55 over 100 times 100% is equals to 55. And for the weighted score, we use the percentage score 55 in order for us to get the weighted score. 55 times 20%. Why 20%? Again, the quarterly assessment of English weight of component corresponds to 20%. And 55 times 20% is equals to 11. Okay, now we will compute and add all the weighted score that we have got for the written work, performance task, and quarterly assessment. Okay, now below we add up 25.5, 32.5 plus 11 is equals to 69, and the transmitted grade of 69 is 80. Okay, since we got the grade 5 grade, the 80, the transmitted grade, we will proceed to the grade 6 mathematics rule score. So now we will get the grade of the grade 6 row score using to find the written work, performance task, quarterly assessment. We use the same procedure. We find the percentage score in order for us to find the weighted score. Okay, now 30 is the given out of 50 because this is the total possible highest score of the subject mathematics for the written work. And now we multiply it by 100%, and the answer is 60. And since we got the 60 for the percentage score, we use it to find weighted score. 60 is the percentage score times 40%, because 40% is the corresponding weight of component for the mathematics. Okay, mathematics. Okay, see, so 60 times 40% is equals to 24. Okay? For the performance task, percentage score is equal to 42 over 60 multiplied by 100% is equals to 70. And now since we got the 70, we used it to find the weighted score. 70 times 40% is equals to 28. And also the same for the quarterly assessment. Percentage score is equals to 28 over 40, since 28 is given and the 40 is the total highest possible score times 100 is equals to 70. And for the weighted score is 70 times 20%. 20% since the corresponding weight of component of the mathematics subject is, quarterly assessment is 20%. And we will now multiply the 70 times 20% equals to 14 weighted components. Overall, we will add up the weighted score of written work, performance task, quarterly assessment. And so we came up 24 plus 28 plus 14 is equals to 66 grade. And now we will transmute it to 78 because this is the given transmutation of grade. Since we are done with the task 1, section A and section B, we will proceed now with the task 2, section A. The grading system used in K-12 is using the front-end equating approach. Assessment scores are immediately converted to a 100-point scale, and then composite marks are average and weighted. Below are the percentage score of AiL1 in Araling Panlipunan for the first grading period. Written works included a concept map, essays, news writing, news or article review, and a couple of reaction papers. Performance tasks were comprised of timelines, news reporting, debate, and role play. And now, the written work. We have here the upper side, the highest possible scores of written works until written work 1 until to written works 7. While the lower part is the score of Ellen Ramsey. Okay, Ellen Ramsey. We came up with the 144 because we add up all the total score of Ellen Ramsey and from written works 1 until to written works 7, and so we came up with the numerical figure of 144. Okay, since we have now the 144, we can now find the percentage score. Okay, we will find the percentage score through the formula. Again, the formula: learner's total score over highest possible score times 100%. Okay, so the learner's total score is 144 over the highest possible score, 170, and we get the 84.7. Okay, 84.7. And since we have the percentage score, we can now find the weighted score. And the formula of weighted score, just as for us to refresh, the formula is the weighted score, percentage score times weight of component. Okay. Since the subject of this raw score is Araling Panlipunan, the weight of component corresponding in Araling Panlipunan is, for the written work, is 30%. Okay, so we will now find the weighted score. Percentage score times 30%, because Araling Panlipunan for the weighted written works is 30%. And so we find the 25.41. Okay, so that is for the written work. And for the performance task, this for the upper part, the performance task 1 until performance task 4, the overall highest possible score is 110, while Ellen Ramsey got 92. Okay, this 92 is the total learner's total score. So since we got the 92 for the total learner's total score, because we add up her total learner score. Okay, now we have 92. We can now find the percentage score because we have the learner's total score and the highest possible score. Okay, so we will find the percentage score. Learner's total score is 92 over 110. The highest possible score is equals to times 100% is equals to 83.6. Okay, since we have the percentage score, we can now find the weighted score. Since the subject is Araling Panlipunan, the corresponding weight of component for the performance task is 50%. Okay, so we will now find the weighted score. Percentage score 83.6 times weight of component 50% is equals to 41.8. Okay, 41.8. And we also we will also find for the quarterly assessment. The quarterly assessment is 30 over 50. So now we will find also the percentage score of quarterly assessment. The learner's total score is 30 over the highest possible score times 100 is equals to 60. Okay, so since we have percentage score, we can now find the weighted score. Weighted score is equals to percentage score 60 times the weight of component, since Araling Panlipunan corresponds weight of component for the quarterly assessment is 20%. That is why we have 20% here. Okay? Percentage score, 60 times weight of component 20 is equals to 12. Now, we will add up the weighted score for the written works, performance task, and the quarterly assessment. And so, we have here 25.41, 41.8 plus 12 is equals to 79.2. And the transmutation of grades for this 79.2 is 87. Okay. Since we have found out that Ellen Ramsey's first grading period is 87, for the question, suppose Ellen's grades in the same subject for the second, third, and fourth quarter are 88, 90, and 92, respectively. Compute her final rating, rounded to the nearest unit, and give its descriptive equivalent. Okay? We have found out lately that 87 is the first grading period of Ellen Ramsey grade. And the given grades of Ellen's for the second, third, and fourth quarter are 88, 90, plus and 92. Now, we will add 87, 88, 90, and 92, and will divide them into numerical number 4 because the grading periods are 4. The first, second, and third, and fourth quarter. And so, the summation of 87, 88, 90, and 92 is divided by 4 is 89. Okay. For the section B, the final numerical and descriptive ratings of Ellen in other learning areas subject are given below. So the descriptive equivalent of Ellen's final grade 89 is passed. Okay. Using the results you have obtained above, determine her final average. So since we have determined the first, second, third, and fourth quarter grades 89, we will now compute her average. So the learning areas, Filipino, English, Mathematics, Science, Araling Panlipunan, MAPE, Edukasyon sa Pagpakatao, Edukasyon, Pangtahanan at Pangkabuhayan, corresponds to 88, 88, 84, 89, 89, 90, 90, and 73. And this is the remarks for the corresponding grades. So, the Araling Panlipunan is 89 because the answer that we have got here, the summation of the four grades divided by 4 is 89. Okay? And so, we add up all the grades of Ellen Ramsey's grades, the 88, 88, 84, 89, 89, 90, 90, 73 divided by all the subjects, there are 7, is equals to 86. And her remarks is passed. And now, we are here in the different task, the task 3. And the question is, you are provided a table showing a sample card of a grade 6 student named Alden for the first quarter of the school, year 2020-2021. Using the discussions of the lesson 8 as your guide, fill up the empty spaces to get the needed data until you will be able to compute for the quarterly grade at the last column. And now we will compute the percentage the weighted score of the written works, performance task, quarterly assessment for all these subjects. Okay, the subject of Filipino, English, Mathematics, Science, Araling Panlipunan, Edukasyon sa Pagpakatao, APP, MAPE for the Music, Arts, PE, and Health. We will look at the corresponding weight of component for each subject. For the English, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, ESP, Science, Math, MAPE, APP, and TLE. Okay, so for the written works of the Filipino of Alden's grade, we will find out the weighted score. Before we will, the percentage score is already given. So we will now find the weighted score. Okay? 83 times 30% because the weight of component of Filipino is 30%. So we got in the middle part, 24.9. And for the performance task and so now we will proceed with the performance task. The given percentage score is 81. And so we will multiply it with the weight of component, which is the 50%, because 50% is the weight of component corresponding to the performance task, 50%. Okay, so we will now find out the weighted score by multiplying the percentage score with the corresponding weight of component, which is 50%, and we got the 40.5. Okay, so we will now also proceed with the quarterly assessment. The given percentage score is 76, and now we will multiply it with the weight of component, 20%. 76 multiplied to 20% is equals to 15.2. Okay? And we will also add up the 24.9, 40.5, 15.2. In short, we add all the weighted score for the Filipino subject, and we came up with 80.6. And the transmutation grade of 80.6 is 87. Okay? So we will also find out the quarterly grade, the transmutation grade for the English. We are given with the percentage score of written works, 80, percentage score of performance task, which is 79, and percentage score for the quarterly assessment is 74. And so we will find out the weighted score for each of component, the written works, performance task, and quarterly assessment. 80, we will multiply it by 30% because the weight of component of the subject English is 30%. Just look at for the English, the written work, the weight of component of written work is 30%. 80 times 30 is equals to 24 in the middle part. And for the performance task, 79 times 50 is equals to 39.5. 50 because the weight of component of the performance task of the English of the subject English is 50. And with the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 74, and we will multiply it by 20% because it is the corresponding weight of component of the English subject is equals to 14.8. And his initial grade is 78.3, and the transmutation of grade for this numerical figure is 86. Okay, for the mathematics subject, 70 times 40 because the weight of component of this corresponding mathematics subject is 40 for the written works. And the given percentage score for the written work is 70, and we will multiply it by 40 is equals to 28. And again, we will move with the performance task for the subject mathematics. The given percentage score is 68, and we will multiply this by 40 because 40 is the corresponding weight of component for the subject of mathematics for the performance task. And we came up with 27.2 as the answer of 68 multiplied by 40. And with the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 60, and we will multiply it by 20 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject mathematics. And we came up with 12. We add up all the weighted score for the written works, performance task, quarterly assessment. We came up with 67.2, and the transmutation of the grade of the numerical number 67.2 is the 79. Okay, for the another subject, science, the given percentage score for the written works is 76, and we multiply it by 40 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject science. 76 times 40 is equals to 30.4. And also for the performance task, the given percentage score is 79, and we will multiply it by 40 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject, science, and we came up with 31.6. And for the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 65, and we will multiply it by 20, and we came up with 13. And we add up all the weighted score, the 30.4, 31.6, and 13, we came up with 75, and the transmutational figure of 75 is 84, the transmitted rate. Okay, for the another subject, Araling Panlipunan, we got the given percentage score for the written works of Araling Panlipunan is 80, and we multiply it by 30 because 30 is the weight, the corresponding weight of component for the subject of Araling Panlipunan. Okay, so we came out 24 for the answer, 80 times 30. And for the performance task, given percentage score is 83, and we will multiply it by 50 because 50 is the weight of component corresponding to the subject of Araling Panlipunan. 41.5 is the answer. And also for the quarterly assessment, 82 times 20 is equals to 16.4, and we add up all the weighted score, 24, 41.5, 16.4 is equals to 81.9, and the transmutational grade of 81.9 is 88. Also, for the another subject, education sa pagpakatao, the given percentage score of written works is 83, and we will multiply it by 30 because 30 is the corresponding weight of component for the subject, education sa pagpakatao, and we got the answer of 24.9. Also, for the given percentage score for the performance task is 85, and we multiply it by 50 because it is the corresponding weight of component for the subject of education sa pagpakatao, and we came up with the answer 42.5. Okay, and also we compute for the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 80, and we multiply it by 20, and we came up with 16. So we add up the all weighted score of education sa pagpakatao, 24.9, 42.5, and 16. We came up with 83.4. Transmutational grade of 83.4 is 89. And we also have the another subject, EPP. The given percentage score of written works is 81, and we multiply it by 20 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject, EPP. And we came out the answer of 16.2. And for the performance task, the given percentage score is 83, and we multiply it by 60 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject, EPP. And we came out of the answer 49.8. Also, for the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 78, and we multiplied it by 20 because it is the corresponding weight of component of the subject, EPP, and we came out with the answer 15.6. We add up all the weighted score, 16.2, 49.8, 15.6, 81.6, and the transmutational grade of 18.6 is 88. Okay, for the subject MAPI, we have the four components of MAPI: music, arts, PE, and health. And we will also find the weighted score for each component, the written works, performance task, and quarterly assessment. So we will begin. For the music, 77 is the given percentage score, and now we can find the weighted score. 77 times 20 because 20 is the corresponding weight of component for the MAPE subject. 77 times 20 is equals to 15.4. And for the performance task, the given percentage score is 77 times 60 because 60 is the corresponding weight of component for the performance task in the subject of MAPE. 77 times 60 is equals to 46.2. And for the quarterly assessment, 74. And the given percentage score is 74. And now we can find the weighted score. 74 times 20 is equals to 14.8. 20 because the corresponding weight of component for the subject MAPE and quarterly assessment is 20%. And so, we add up all the weighted score, 15.4, 46.2, 14.8, is equals to 76.4, and the transmissional grade for 76.4 is 85. And for the arts, 83 is the given percentage score. We multiplied it by 20 and we got the answer 16.6. And for the performance task, we also got the 80 as the given percentage score. Multiplied it by 60 is equals to 48. And we also have for the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 82. Multiplied by 20, the weight of component is equals to 16.4. For the physical education, we add up all the weighted score for the arts and we came up with the grade 81, the Alden's initial grade, and the transmissional grade of 81 is 88. Okay? And for the physical education, 79 is the given percentage score multiplied by 20 because it is the corresponding weight of component for the subject PE in the written works, and we got the answer 15.8. For the performance task, 81 is the given percentage score, and we multiplied it by 60 because it is the weight of component for the subject MAPE for the performance task, and we got the answer 48.6. And also with the quarterly assessment, 75 is the given percentage score multiplied by 20 is equals to 15, and we add up the weighted score for the PE, for the written works performance task quarterly assessment, and we got the 79.4 initial grade of Alden, and the transmissional grade for 79.4 is 87. And for the health is the given percentage score is 83, and we multiplied it by 20 and we got the answer 16.6. And also for the performance task, the given percentage score is 79, and we multiplied it by 60 and we got the answer of 47.4. And for the quarterly assessment, the given percentage score is 76, multiplied by 20 is equals to 15.2. And we add up all the weighted score, the 16.6, 47.4, 15.2 is equals to 79.2, Alden's initial grade. And the transmutational grade of 79.2 is 87. And now for the final task, answer the following questions in complete sentences. What is Alden's composite grade in MAPE? We have computed Alden's grade in MAPE for the 4 components: music, arts, PE, or physical education, and health. Alden's composite grade in MAPE is 86.75. Why? How did I find it? Because I added up all the 4 components of grades for the music, arts, physical education, and health, divided by 4 because it has 4 components, and it resulted in 86.75. For the question number 2, in which learning area did Alden perform best during the first quarter? Alden performs best in learning area of Araling Panlipunan because his grade is the highest grade, 89. In which learning areas does Alden need to improve on? Why so? We have computed the grade of Alden, and we found out that he is the lowest student to get the grade of 79 in the subject of mathematics. For the 4th question, what does his level of proficiency in Araling Panlipunan? Alden's level of proficiency in Araling Panlipunan, his grade is 89, and it is equivalent to good. For the 5th question, describe Alden's overall performance in the first quarter. How would you communicate this to his parents? Okay, Alden's grade in first quarter is quite excellent, although there is some subject or in the mathematics that he got the lowest grade, 79. But overall he got a good grade. Okay, how would I communicate this to his parents? First, I would like to recommend Alden's parents to see the track records of Alden's grade so that the parents of Alden will know the performance of his son. And I would like to communicate with the parent of Alden that he got good grades and for some subject he needs to improve.